Hello, everyone, and welcome into your daily card reading. This is for Friday, February 23rd. So we'll be taking a look at what all energies and messages are wanting to come in from God, Spirit, the Divine. So a couple things. Today we do have Mercury entering Pisces, and so that's kind of, you'll maybe feel this surge of like creative energy and kind of imagination and that. Also, this weekend we do have a full moon in Virgo, and that's going to be kind of that energy of, all right, let's get things done. Like, let's start crossing things off the list. It's going to be that kind of push to bring some things to resolution. If you've been sitting there kind of waiting and, should I do this? Should I not? I think there's going to be a push this weekend. So I'm going to pull the cards for the energy for the collective in general, and then take a look. Ace of Cups was what really flew out there. And then we're going to take a look kind of sign grouping by sign grouping and see what additional messages are coming through. So yesterday I had posted an Is This Your Person video. I'll be posting a Twin Flame video later today if that's something that's applicable to you. So make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell if you want to be alerted when those new videos post. So, as always, take only what resonates. If this is not fitting in with your story, don't try to force this narrative into your situation. But let's go ahead and jump in and see what wants to come through for the collective. All right, so we have that Ace of Cups. Then we have our Eight of Swords in reverse, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and King of Wands in reverse. So, as we're starting to take a look at this, he's over here. So your Eight of Swords in reverse, this is this energy of coming out, like moving out of this state of feeling like you're trapped. So usually the Eight of Swords in the upright is that feeling of being trapped, but in the reverse, it's coming out of that. So it's especially coming in with your Ace of Cups, which is that creativity, that new, fresh look, that fresh perspective, which this goes really nicely with Mercury entering Pisces, kind of that fresh sort of energy. It's looking at things a little bit differently to move out of a situation where you were feeling stuck. Your Nine of Pentacles in reverse is a little bit of that caution about overspending, and that you may be having some financial struggles related to that, or if your overspending is on the energetic side, it's that feeling of being depleted. And then we also have our King of Wands in reverse, and this is kind of this little bit of impulsiveness. So these two cards, like this message is coming through those two together. There's some impulsiveness and kind of that overspending or overextending yourself. And then there's also this energy coming through the Eight of Swords in reverse, breaking free of something that you felt had kind of been keeping you trapped and getting that kind of new start, that new perspective. What could I do differently to, to change my situation, improve my happiness. All right, so let's take a look then. Today we will start with our fire signs. So that is going to be Aries, Leo, Sag. Let's see what messages want to come through for you. All right. Judgment. So this is that divine judgment card. Now, remember, this is card number 20 in the major arcana. This is getting to the end, like wrapping up a cycle. So you've been working on whatever lesson, and now judgment's coming in. Kind of the idea of, have you passed? Have you learned what you needed to learn? Are you incorporating it? Because remember, it's not enough to just say, oh, this is what the lesson is, and then keep doing the same thing over and over. So, for example, if your lesson is about overspending, maybe you've gotten yourself into a financial pinch and, struggling to be able to make rent payments or mortgage payments. And, it's one thing to acknowledge that and say, oh, you know what? Well, I probably need to not be going to the casino as much, or I need to cut back on my shopping or whatever. It's not enough to acknowledge that. It's a matter of actually changing that behavior so that you can get yourself out of this situation. The same is true with if it's a emotional pattern or beliefs that you have that keep you feeling stuck. So it looks like for our fire signs that you have learned that lesson, and that you are breaking free. Looking at our reds here, you are breaking free from whatever that self-limiting belief, whatever that looping cycle was. You're breaking free, and having this new creative, energetic push coming in. Your commitment is being tested. So this goes along really well with this Judgment card. So if the divine is coming in saying, okay, we're starting to get towards the end of the cycle, have you learned what you're supposed to learn? Your commitment to learning that lesson is being tested. So, whatever the situation may be, I'll take something a little more straightforward. If you've been battling with some sort of an addiction and you've identified, okay, I really need to change this behavior, your commitment might be being tested. Maybe you're going to end up going to a party or hanging out with certain friends that might test that commitment. Are you really committed to making that change? Or do you need to go another cycle? Do you need to loop again and have a different variation of that? So it's being tested, but be strong. I know the Strength card came out in yesterday's reading, so you've got this. Be strong. Your Goddess card is Nemetona, sacred space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. And so this is that reminder of really lean into the spiritual side. Ask your guides, ask your angels, ask your higher self for help. Ask the divine for help and strength, and really work on your grounding. So hopefully, depending on where you are in the world, hopefully the weather is getting a little bit nicer. So I'm in the Midwestern United States, and the weather is starting to turn around. It's actually sunny out. It's not freezing cold. So hopefully you can get out, and walks in nature really help to ground. If you're not in a situation where you can go on walks in nature, even just maybe sitting outside, listening to the birds or the stillness. All right, Ascended Master. Truth, self-worth, up-leveling. So this is going with this Judgment card in terms of getting that favorable judgment from the divine. Learning that lesson, showing spirit that yes, you've learned everything you've been going through. You've incorporated that into your being. You are changing the way that you approach life, the way you are approaching your circumstances. You're changing it, and you're up-leveling. So beautiful message there for the fire signs, that it looks like, you've learned that lesson and you won't be cycling through again. But just remember to tap into that strength. And if you feel that temptation starting to come on, like this, your commitment's being tested, go for a walk, go ground yourself, and, remember to step back and take a look at it, that this is just a lesson. This is a test. It's a lesson. All right. Next, we are on to our earth signs. So that's going to be our Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, the Chariot. So this is that fast-moving energy. This is going to be changes coming in quickly. So if you're getting yourself untrapped, you're looking from a creative standpoint at what can I do differently? Why do I keep looping through the same cycle? It's because you need to get yourself unstuck and, maybe see things, get that fresh start, get that inspiration to move your life forward. And don't get yourself caught in this rut of overspending and then getting bitter, like, oh, I'm stuck in this cycle, so I'm going to go for that quick hit, quick fix, whatever that is, and everybody has their own vices, their own quick fixes, whether it's an energetic hit, whether it's physical, whatever that may be. Don't fall into that trap, because changes are coming in quickly for you. All right, let's take a look at our moon card. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. I'm wanting to say this one came out. I know this one came out yesterday, and I'm trying to remember if it came out for earth signs. So show the world the real you. I'm pretty sure it did come out for earth signs. So this is that reminder of, are you living your life in a way where you're doing what other people expect you to do? You're behaving in a way or continuing to live an experience that other people think is the right thing to do. So whether that's, staying in a more conventional job that you don't really like, but because, oh, well, that's just what's expected of me. I have a good job, so I may as well stay, because who could look a gift horse in the mouth, type of scenario. Or you're staying in a relationship you don't want to be in because, oh, what would my family think? What would society think? I can't possibly get a divorce. That's taboo. My family wouldn't approve of that. So, but if that's not the real you, then you're not actually living your life. You're living somebody else's life and trying to pretend like it's yours. So it's coming in quick. I mean, when you look at that together, this is coming in quick. You're going to have some changes coming in. So it's a matter of, are you embracing it? Like, are you overcoming these obstacles? And that's what the Chariot energy is about. It's about overcoming these obstacles to be able to peel back these layers so that you can be the real you, so that you can lean into your life and live your purpose. Dana, High Priestess, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So sometimes if you're in a situation where you feel like it's this really trying situation and it's, you're just trudging through the mud type of thing, it could be that the reason you're doing that is so that you can inspire others, so that you can help others. Your story of how you overcame this situation could be the roadmap that helps other people. So that's that divine knowledge part. And, the blues in her card go very well with this message as well. All right, let's take a look at the crystal deck. Bliss embodied, ease, lightness, and tranquility. So it's kind of the whole thing of life shouldn't be that hard. I'm not saying everything in life is easy. I'm not trying to say it from that perspective, but how are you making your life more difficult? How are you adding to it by adding to the difficulty by staying in situations you don't want to be in? You don't want to be in it, but you're so fixated on, but this is what I do, this is who I am, that you're not really living that blissful peace that you're intended to. Because remember, this life is all about lessons. Like I say a lot on here, I've heard the expression of, some people think that being incarnated on earth is being in a candy shop. It's not. You're in a classroom. You're in a classroom. You're not in a prison. You're not in a coal mine. All right. Now onto our water sign. So that is our Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, the Fool. So this is that new beginning, that kind of fresh start. So this goes along very well with this message here. This freeing yourself from a situation you felt trapped in, kind of using that creative energy of that Mercury. I think that was that Mercury I was saying earlier? I think it was. Mercury in Pisces, that energy. Using that creativity to figure out a way out of the situation that kept you feeling trapped so that you can get into this new, fresh beginner's energy. Your hard work is paying off. So that's that sense of, you've been trying to figure this out for a while. You're getting close. You're getting really, really close. So don't give up. Your fresh start is coming. All right, let's take a look at our goddess card here. Hathor, receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. So this is finding that balance between receiving attention, energy, blessings, abundance, and wanting to be the one who gives it. So, this popped into my mind. So from that movie, Bad Moms Christmas, one of the mothers says to, like, Mila Kunis's mother in the movie says this to her. She says, mothers don't enjoy, they give joy. But it's kind of the whole thing of, no, that's terrible. Like, mothers should be able to enjoy themselves. But it was funny. She's just a very cold woman. Mothers don't enjoy, they give joy. So open yourself up. Make sure that you're allowing people to do nice things for you, people to help support you. Allow that to come in. All right. Rose quartz and platinum. So water signs, if you meditate using crystals, today's a good day to use your rose quartz. And that goes along really well with being receptive and open to love, since rose quartz is about those loving feelings. Using that to really allow yourself to feel loved. Not only feel self-love, loved by yourself, but also by other people. And it's gentleness, tenderness, and cherishing. So that is the message that's coming through. And maybe that's part of like this new journey for you, is turning over that leaf of saying, you know what? I should be able to receive joy and love and happiness in my life. I shouldn't be the one who's constantly responsible for providing it to everybody else if nobody else, no one else is providing it to me. So you need to provide it to you. Go buy yourself some flowers at the store, take yourself out for ice cream, don't always wait for somebody else to do something nice for you. Do something nice for yourself. All right, so that was our message for our water signs. And now let's move on to our air signs. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see what message is coming through for you. Strength. Oh my gosh. I feel like this card has been coming out a ton in the past week. So, like I say, strength is usually a pretty self-explanatory card, about just having that perseverance of getting yourself out of this. So, when we're looking at the blues here, having the strength to say, hey, let's do something creative. Let's look at this a little bit differently. Let's get out of feeling stuck. All right. And let's take a look at our moon card. Believe in the impossible. So kind of the whole thing of if part of what's keeping you stuck is a certain mindset of, oh, this is never going to happen. This is never going to happen. Allow yourself to believe in the impossible without putting yourself in a position where you feel stuck waiting. So, for example, if, we'll take romantic relationship for example. If there's somebody that you really want to move your relationship to the next level, and it's like, I don't know, they're not really doing anything, and so believing in the impossible, that, don't tell yourself all these bad things of, oh, they're never going to want to do this. Believe that it is possible, but at the same time, don't sit waiting and saying, okay, well, I'm not doing anything until I hear from them. So continuing to live a happy life that's bringing you joy without, slamming the door closed on a situation saying, nope, it's not possible. It's just not possible. I mean, anything's possible. So believe in the impossible, and that will help free you up from feeling trapped. But it's kind of that balance of believing in the impossible without putting everything in your life on hold. If it was from a job situation and you want to, some new job, don't just sit there doing absolutely nothing, waiting for the new job to come in. Believe that it will, but keep yourself moving, and make sure that you're not putting yourself in a bitter energy. Because if you're sitting in this bitter energy, from a manifestation standpoint, you're going to be drawing in more of those experiences. So you want to make sure that you're sitting in that higher vibe energy to be able to draw higher vibe experiences into yourself. So your goddess card, Ixchel, medicine woman, you are a channel for divine healing power. And I mean, that looks like that goes very well with this believing in the impossible. So getting a message that maybe, maybe you're looking at trying to start your own kind of, I'll call it healing type of work, and believing that you can do it. So that's one of those things, especially if you're wanting to be a healer, for example, if you're a light worker, healer, you have to believe in the power of what you're doing, because if you're sitting there going, oh, nobody's going to want to listen to what I have to say, nobody's going to want to work with me, you can't really help somebody if you're going into it like, why would anybody want to listen to me? You know what I mean? Like, believe in yourself that you are a channel, that you do have messages to share with others. All right. And then this one is Earth Anchor, Earth Vortex, Platinum, Empowerment, Remembering, and Your Legacy. So usually this is 3 separate words. So I'm assuming remembering and your legacy are different, but some of it too is also a matter of, as you go through your awakening, you're remembering who you are at your core, but also focusing on your legacy. What is it that you want to leave behind? What message, when, like, even legacy of like when you leave the room or whatever, what do you want people to think of you when you leave? Do you want them to be like, whew, wow, she seems like she's really bitter, and that goes along with this whole believing in yourself? Or do you want people to have that happy, high vibe feeling of, oh, that person is just such a nice, light person. Like, people enjoy being around you. Everybody knows people like that when they walk in the room, it's like, all right. And you smile because you see that person and they're just high vibe and they're just spreading that light. They probably don't necessarily think about it like, oh, okay, it's my mission to make everybody smile when I walk in this room. But some people just naturally have that. So a lot of light workers are like that. So, believe in the impossible. You're getting yourself unstuck from this situation. Call in on that strength and get that kind of that fresh start, that creative new outlook, new start to whatever situation is keeping you feeling trapped. So I hope you found today's message to be helpful. As always, take only what resonates and leave the rest behind. And as I mentioned, there's going to be some new videos posting, so make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell if you want to be alerted as to when those new videos come out. Otherwise, I wish you peace and joy along your journey. Until next time.